Hey y'all, welcome back to another What's for Dinner. We have got 4 yummy meals for you guys. This week was pretty crazy and I feel like I did not do a very good job filming. So there's not, like I said, there's not a lot of meals. We just have 4, but they're still really good meals. So I hope you all enjoy this video and let's go ahead and get into it. So for this first meal, I got this recipe idea from Courtney over at the Browse Bunch. I recently found her channel and y'all, I love it. She does such good dinner, what's for dinners, and everything she cooks just looks so delicious. So make sure y'all go over and check her out. I will have her channel linked in the description box, and then I'll also have this what's for dinner that she made this recipe. I'll have it linked as well. So I did change it up a little bit, but like I said, her when I watched her make this, I was like, oh my gosh, Luke would love this, because as you see, it has onions. You know, I'm not a huge fan of, like, I like them like if they're little bitty where I can't really taste them, but so of course I did this for Luke, did the onions like this for Luke, but I did only put it on half. So anyways, this is called French onion crescent bake. And so I just took a whole onion, sliced it up, cooked it in some butter with some SPG seasoning, and then just let it, get nice caramelized, translucent. Then I pulled those out, and then I cooked my ground beef in the same pot where it still has some of that butter and onion flavor. Now, I did use 1.5 pounds of hamburger meat, and so I'm just going to cook that up until it is done, and I did also add some more SPG to that. Y'all know we have been raving over that for a while. It is definitely our new go-to seasoning. And so I just make sure to drain the grease off really good. And then we will add in the rest of the ingredients. So if I don't have like an empty can, I normally like to do like just some foil in a bowl and then pour the grease in that. And then once it sets, then just wad it up and throw it in the trash. So now that that is done, we're going to start adding in our ingredients. So I'm going to add in a few dashes of Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to add in a packet of brown gravy. This is where it starts being a little different compared to her recipe. She added in a pack of like the Lipton onion dry mix. Y'all know what I'm talking about? But I didn't have that, and so I just thought that the brown gravy would be really good because it would kind of make it like almost like a sloppy Joe consistency. And then you add the onions on top of that. So, and y'all, this was so delicious. So I just followed the directions on the back of the brown gravy packet. It said 1 cup of water, but I added in a little water at a time just so because I didn't want it too runny. But for 1.5 pounds of hamburger meat, 1 cup of water with 1 packet of gravy was perfect. So now that that's done, we are just going to lay out our crescent sheets into our 9x13 baking dish. I used the sheets. It's so much easier to use the sheets, but you can also use just regular crescent dough and then just crimp the sides together where there's not any holes. So once that's done, we are going to put in our meat mixture. Make sure you flatten it out, and then I'm just going to add the onions to half of it because y'all know I don't like onions. So I'm just going to do it on half, and then we will top it with provolone cheese. We will put the other dough sheet on top of that, and then we will bake it in the oven at 350 for about 12 to 15 minutes. Remember, everything's cooked. You just want to melt the cheese and make sure that your crescents are nice and golden brown and cooked through.
Hey, Mom. I know.
So while that is in the oven, we are going to start our sides. So I just did a can of green beans and a can of corn. And of course, I'm opening up my green beans with my favorite can opener. The Kitchen Mama can opener. I still love that thing so much. And so I just use that. Of course, I always have that link in the description box, and I always have a 10% off coupon code. So if you ever decide to buy one, check out the description box. You can just go straight there through the link, and you'll get 10% off your can opener. So for our canned corn, we just add butter and some sugar. And then for green beans, I do them different certain times, but this time I just did salt, pepper, some garlic powder, some onion powder, some chicken bouillon, and then I did add a little bit more water, just because I added too much chicken bouillon than I should have. But that's all I added to those. I'm telling y'all, this was so delicious. I'm so glad the Browse Bunch shared this. Luke said that this is his favorite and he wants it on a rotation. So we will definitely be fixing it again soon. It was so good. It's cheesy, nice and saucy, and crescents were cooked perfect. Oh my gosh, this was so good. I gotta peel it. Peel it and then you can crack it. Right here. Peel it. Okay, y'all, so today for dinner tonight, we are going to be making some deep dish pizza. Of course, Winston's going to help me.
Hello.
Y'all know he loves making pizza.
Yes, I love making pizza. I love pizza and bacon and everything.
So I can get this.
Mom, I love you, Mama.
I love you. Okay, now hit it.
Okay.
Try to get it to work.
Oh, that's banging.
Hit it hard. Oh, you did it!
That break right open on me.
Good job.
It's squeezing through. It squeezed through. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. How did I do that? How in the world
Okay,
did
throw that
I?
in the trash.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna use these spring foam pans.
Oh.
Okay, hold on.
It sticks.
Let me get it started and then you can shape it, okay? So I'm just using the pizza crust from Pillsbury. They didn't have any of...
It's just like bacon graham.
They didn't have any of my normal kind like I get in a bag. So we're just gonna take and we're just gonna shape it up the sides, all even. And then we will be back.
We'll be back.
Now, hit it hard.
Whoa, that cracked right open.
You did it. So now just layer in your favorite pizza toppings. You can use anything you like. Of course, we normally stick to like meats and cheese. I had some spaghetti sauce already in the fridge, so I just used up the rest of that jar. I put some on the bottom, and then I also put a little bit on the top once we were done. So we just had pepperoni, we had cheese, ham, bacon. Of course, we would have put black olives on it, on Winston and I's little one, because we really like black olives. But that's the good thing about any kind of pizza. You can add whatever you want to. So we just baked these in a 375-degree oven for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then I raised it up to 400 and got it nice and toasty on top. Y'all, these were so good. A deep dish pizza is not something that we normally make. We normally just do like the regular pizzas, but I really enjoyed these, and I think everybody else did too. Okay, y'all, so for dinner tonight, I've just got a pork loin in here. I put like a tablespoon and a half of garlic. I've got probably about a cup of water plus a couple ounces of what was left in a Coke bottle. I just had Coke. I had made a Coca-Cola cake, which I have a recipe for that. I'll link it down below. But I just made one of those, and there was like this much left in the bottle, so I just poured it in here, and then I sprinkled it with the seasoning. What did I do with it? I'll get it. I think I already threw it away, but I'll get it to show y'all. So I just sprinkled that on top, and then we're just gonna put it in here, and I'm gonna let it slow cook until it's time to pressure, till it's time to actually cook it. So I'm just gonna let it do its thing, like I said, until it gets closer to time, and I'll just pressure cook it till it is ready to go. But that's it. And then we're just gonna have some rice and some tortillas, and so we will have pork carnitas for dinner tonight. Here's what the package looked like. I got these on clearance at Kroger. I tried to take that off, like the sticker, so y'all could see the package, but I can't do it. But it actually called for, like, put an onion in there, which I'm not gonna do, and then it called for orange juice, but I don't have orange juice, so I just put the cola in there, which that will still help, you know, like with acidity or whatever, with the orange, you know, the acidity that's in orange juice. So it should work. We'll see how it is, but that's dinner. Okay, y'all, I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. So the pork is done. It slow cooked for about an hour and a half. Then I put it on pressure cook for 35 minutes. Did a quick release, and then I took and shredded it up, and it looks so good and it smells good. So I'm excited to give it a try. And then we have got just the minute rice. I've showed it many times on my channel. And then we've got some Coca-Cola cake for dessert. Delicious. I'll have it listed in the description box so y'all can see that video. But we're just going to serve it with the normal tortillas, sour cream, cheese, whatever kind of toppings y'all want. And then this is going to be dinner for Tuesday night. To heat up my tortillas, I just turned the oven on and heated them through a little bit. I just put them right on the rack, and it worked perfect. These pork carnitas turned out so delicious. We will definitely be buying that seasoning again. They were so good, and I just added the rice in on my with the pork, and this was so delicious. Okay, y'all, so it is Friday night. Just got home, and I'm going to be making Shauna's beef stroganoff that she showed on her channel. Of course, I will have that video listed in the description box below, so y'all can see the full recipe. I'm not going to show the full recipe, of course, because it is not my recipe. So y'all will just have to hop over and watch it on hers. So side, I'm going to fix some sweet potatoes, some sweet peas to go with it. And then I'm going to fix some crescent rolls in the air fryer, which I'll show y'all how I do those. And while I'm cooking, I'm snacking on these dark chocolate cashews from Nut Stop. Cannot even talk today, seriously. They sent me some stuff to review for you guys, and these are like my favorite. They're so freaking good. So hopefully I don't get filled up on these, but Like I said, they're really good. And then I also got a bunch of other stuff that I'll be sharing in the future. But so far, our favorite is the gummy worms and the gummy bears. And then those are my favorite. Winston hasn't tried them, and Luke doesn't like nuts. So, that's what's going on here. The only thing I'm changing is I didn't have the soup thing that she said to get, so I'm just going to use this beefy.
Hi there.
So I'm just going to use this beefy mushroom, which I texted her and everything to make sure this would be good, and she said it will be fine. And then I'm just going to do it's spilling all over me. 1 can of mushrooms, and I'm going to put them in my little chopper and chop them up a little more just because that's personal preference. So let's get everything together and get cooking. Still love this thing since the first day I got it. Love it. I will have my coupon code listed in the link in the description box so y'all can go check it out. I can't open this with one hand. Okay. This can had a good suction on it. But I love it. Love the way it opens. So we're gonna have these with our dinner tonight. So we just add butter and some sugar to our peas, and that's all we add. Okay, so I just drained the beef, so we're ready to start adding stuff in. Turn it down. So I've got this can. I'm just gonna pour the whole thing in there. Chop those up, and then I'm also going to put this in there too, just because I'm not sure on the chunk size, because I've never used this before. So you're going to put it on there? Mm-hmm. So we're going to put it on there. Now I'm going to hold it, and he's going to
chunk it up.
Hey, easy, babe. Okay, so Winston cut these. He did such a good job. So this is just a regular roll of crescent dough. Instead of rolling them out and rolling them into crescents, we just cut them. Like this was one of the rolls. So we just cut it into 4. No. And so what I like to do with these is just pop them in my air fryer and then cook them in there, and they're so good. They're nice and fluffy on the inside, and nice golden color on the outside. So I'm about to add in my pasta in here, so I'm pretty sure it's done. So, and then we're gonna have dinner ready to go. Okay, so somebody's eating out of the pot, so that tells you that it's good. It's hot. So it is so good. So good. So thank you, Shauna, for this recipe. It is really good. So y'all make sure to go over, watch her original recipe so you can see her make it. I did add a little splash of heavy cream at the end with some Parmesan cheese, just because we love cheese, and it is so good. So, which I tried it before and I tried it after, and it's really good before that. So it doesn't even need those two things. But anything with cheese is good. So I'm gonna scoop this out so he'll quit eating out of the pot and
bye.
get some dinner on the table. Well, that is it, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this What's for Dinner. Hope y'all got some dinner inspiration. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Please comment down below. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see y'all later. Bye, guys.